Today's morning coffee vinyl side: John Cali and Stein, Honky Tonk Piano and a Hot Banjo, 1960. Wow. Few things are as unexciting or unwelcome at 7 a.m. on a cold December morning when you're drinking your coffee than honky tonk piano, banjo, and Dixie. I want to cry out to the universe and plead, "Boys, boys, what's the hurry? It's bloody early." But ain't that the thing? The clock's a tickin', time to get lickin'. Okay, it's really not that bad. But man, does this music ever demand your attention. It's basically the Metallica of its day, a forced reckoning. But I bet even Norwegian death metal bands prefer something a little less rambunctious with their morning cup. Born in 1897, John Cali was a self-taught multi-instrumentalist, the on-call banjo, mandolin, and guitar player for the Metropolitan Opera Company and the New York Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra. Known for his musical sensibilities, he often played counterpoint to the main melodic figures. You might even have called him the first studio musician, as he was one of the first to ever lay down music on wax for Thomas Edison. His skill level was virtuosic, and he was there during the birth of Dixie and Jazz and had a deep fondness for the musical form. Stein was an American jazz pianist who played with many jazz and swing band luminaries in his day, even recording with Charlie Parker. Considered a studio or session pro, he could tailor his style to the musical program of the session, and he was also incredibly active and prolific in the 50s as a solo artist, recording several albums through the decade, and even breaking Billboard's Top 40 with a hit in 1957. This 1960 album came about near the end of the 50s Dixieland revival, and is way better in terms of musical pedigree, but also musically than the title suggests. Compared to other honky-tonk albums we've listened to, and despite the liner notes here suggesting you need to throw sawdust on the floor to appreciate this album is top-shelf Dixie jazz. No sawdust required. Once you get accustomed to its energy, you'll find it's full of subtleties that wouldn't be present in a typical honky-tonk offering. Both artists have a virtuosic command of their instruments, and that's well apparent here. But they equally possess artists' temperaments, so they can lay back in the pocket and let the gumbo cook down a little. Total pros, for sure, and not what I expected at all. All in all, not a bad morning coffee after all.